Judy explained to me that she didn't get to spend a lot of time at her mum's house.
We all lived in Florida, and one by one my family moved out here.
So do you go over and see your mum and sister a lot?
Like maybe every other week. I'm not really allowed to go to my mother's very often.
Why is that?
She doesn't like the kids there because they get into too much stuff at her house.
It's a shame.
It is.
But today's visiting day, so I'm about to see exactly how it really is at Grandma's house. When we arrived at Sharon's home, I got to know Sharon a little bit.
Hi, pleased to meet you. I'm Jo.
I'm Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. Nice to meet you.
And she started telling me how she loves her grandchildren, but they get their sticky fingers into everything.
They cannot leave their hands off anything. They just go through the whole house.
Give me those. Give me those. Give me those. Give me those. Joey, can't touch none of his things.
So if you know that Judy's coming over here, are you kind of like...
Yes. It's like with Thanksgiving coming up. I'm stressed already.
Well, I understand that Grandma gets really angry about the children into everything, but they've got nothing else to play or occupy themselves with. They're kids after all. I mean, where are their toys?
They just come in and tear everything apart.
Oh my goodness.
So I think her expectations on these children are just a little too harsh.
It's easier at my house where everything's kid-proofed.
But just to even pop over and see your mum is obviously hard work because you can't sit down and have a conversation.
It's like not worth coming over because it's just way too much work. Leave these grapes alone. Now she's breaking your grapes.
Grandparents should want to spend time with their grandchildren, but right now, that's not what's happening.
Come on, Justin, get away from the street.
When Dad got home, he played with the children for a little bit, and then out of nowhere, he and Mum got into one nasty fight. I don't know what it was about.
I haven't mentioned that in 5 years.
Yeah,
but you have to bring it up like it happened yesterday. I thought we agreed to leave the past. It's like if I ask you to do something nicely, you ignore me just like the kids do. I have to turn into a raving to get you to do anything.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Is this done in front of the kids all the time?
Yes.
Parents are going to have arguments from time to time, but the language they were using towards one another in front of the children, I had to interrupt.
I'm going to have to say something. Can I call time out right now?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, because I need to call time out right now.
Okay.
Because your children are around you at the moment, and this is something we will discuss later on.
When I first meet a family, I go in and I watch the dynamics between the parents and the children. After observing the Larmer family, I had definitely seen enough and I knew it was time to call for a family meeting.
So if you guys are ready, let's go and sit down and have a talk.
I'm nervous about the conversation we're going to have with Joe because I think it's going to be really hard to hear all of our faults.
Going into this family meeting, I am wondering what I am doing wrong. I'm just nervous that, is she gonna throw rocks at me or is she gonna shake my hand?
Let me start off by saying you're extremely grounded parents, and that is a reflection on the way that the children are. That's a real credibility to the pair of you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
But for me to walk in and see two adults verbally spitting out remarks at one another where I have to call time out because it is only me that is registering that you have young children around you is beyond me. What example are you setting, the pair of you, for the kids?
A terrible one.
Let's talk about the safety in the house. I love that the pair of you are very responsible in making sure that your children are protected from harm's way, but the pair of you have gone overboard. There are stair gates everywhere. If it's to keep the children in their bedrooms, I think a lot of it is slight laziness.
It was the lazy way out, I guess.
It is the lazy way out because it doesn't actually benefit the child and there's no learning curve from the process. Now let's talk about routine. You have the cornerstones of a routine when the children get up, go to school, get ready for the evening. But the gaps in between are not productive because in that space of time, the children jump on the sofas, they play with the cushions. So these children are bored. It's wrong. What I don't see happening are correct measures of discipline here. But the one thing that I do notice, and that is when the children are being given a warning, Judy, whew, you are hardcore, girl, and it's a bit intimidating.
Get over there! Move that here! Over there!
That's what you sound like. You're standing over them. You never come down to their level.
It's easier for me to pick them up to my level.
Judy, how scary is that? That you be picked up by your shoulders while your mum puts you 2 inches away from her face. I tell you one thing, I will be shaking.
It's all right, babe. Didn't help.
I just feel like such a terrible mom.
I know how much you love your children, but discipline should not be about intimidation. You want your children to be able to come to you, to be able to respect you, but know that as parents, you're going to draw the line. Are you both committed to put hard work into changing this around?
Yes, I am.
Yeah?
Joe was correct about everything. We're ready to start this long process of healing this family back to health.
And I do need 2 key players, because after all, this is about you 2 guys making sure that you are happy bringing up 4 beautiful children. So if you guys are ready for hard work, I'm ready as soon as possible.
Let's start right now. When we had our conversation about the family and most of it was aimed towards me, that hurt a lot. So I really am gonna try my hardest to do everything she tells me to do.